I'm living without you. I made up my mind.
Clara Luper speaking. I am so excited, and who wouldn't be excited? Because this is a day that, oh, lovers get together. You can get together, send flowers, send balloons, whatever you do, let her know that you love her. Clara Luper speaking. The pages of American history are filled with the lives of great men and women that have changed the course of history. What is black history all about? Black history is about men and women of all races, creeds, and colors that have changed the course of American history. We were shocked this week because we knew that something had happened and God was with us. Because one of our own was able to survive, and I do hope that we can get in contact with Mr. Roosevelt Milton so he can tell you the story. You saw it on television. You read about it. But we want Mr. Milton to tell you about it and what happened as a result. But I'm going to dedicate my program today to the pastor of the Greater Mount Olive Baptist Church, Pastor A. Glenn Woodbury. This is your show today. Clara Luper, KTLV Radio in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. You're asking me, you're saying, Clara, who is Reverend? Who is the Reverend A. Glenn Woodbury? Who is he? Why should people honor him? Why should there be a sign that says Greater Mount Olive Baptist Church, Pastor A. Glenn Woodbury? Why? What has he done? Well, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. there will be an appreciation musical featuring the GMO Combined Choir, the Junior Mass Choir, and the newly organized orchestra. Local churches in Oklahoma City will participate February the 18th through the 27th at 7:30 each night and 3 o'clock next on Sunday. On Wednesday night, there will be churches from Tabitha, New Union, and First Baptist of Hicksett Addition. And that preaching Reverend Jeff Mitchell will bring the message. On Thursday night, Mount Rose, New Direction, and Greater Sap will be there. Reverend Harvey Wallace will bring the message. But on Friday night, St. John, Greater Bethel, Greater New Zion, and St. Luke will be there. And Reverend M.L. Jameson, the national president of the Progressive Baptist Association, will deliver the message. There will be an appreciation banquet at the New Reed Center in Midwest City. A new banquet honoring him. All you have to do is call 424-2186. But on Sunday at 11 a.m., Reverend Victor Rowland of Chicago, Illinois, will be the speaker. And at 3 o'clock, Unity, Fairview, Greater Shiloh, Holy United will be there. And Dr. Eric A. Mays will bring the message, and there will be a special tribute given by Brother Larry Banks. Now, you just can't pop up and have this. You've got to have people that are in there working. And you've got to have people that understand black history, because truly Reverend Drinkwater is black history. And I will be telling you all about it during this show. Calvin, are you excited? We are dedicating our program today to Reverend Woodbury. Aren't you excited about it?
Of course, Mom, I'm extremely excited not only about the program being dedicated to a dynamic, to a fantastic, to an aggressive, to a motivating, to a pastor that has it, as they say, going on. Reverend Woodbury, we're extremely proud of you. Not only here on the Clara Luper Radio Show, but the entire city, Oklahoma City, is proud of the contributions that you continue to make. But good things happen when you listen to the Clara Luper Radio Show. One of the best things that's going to happen is that you're going to call your neighbor, you're going to call that friend, and tell them, listen to this show today, because Reverend Woodbury, we got something special, especially for you. As I say, great things happen. Good things happen. But today is going to be a very special day because all of us know that today is February the 14th, 2004. Now, the numbers mean different things to different people, and you've heard and you will continue to hear about Valentine's Day. But we want you to leave this show. When this show is over, we want you to be fired up. We want you to be inspired up. We want you to be able to show that love, to show that appreciation to those people who are very special to you. Now, you may not know some of them's names. You may not know all of their names, but you do know that they are special to you. So happy Valentine's Day, Oklahoma City. Happy Valentine's Day to the most intelligent listening audience in the world. Reverend Woodbury, sit down, relax, because it's coming towards you.
Well, one thing about it, when I say that next week they will be honoring him, I want to tell you about the auxiliaries in that church. They have an announcing staff, an audio visual ministry, benevolence, Bible study, brotherhood, a bus ministry, deaf ministry, decorating committee ministry, a discipleship training group, Utakas Society, excursion committee, food service committee, Nurses Corps, One Church, One Child, the Pastor's Anniversary Committee, a Personal Enhancement Program, Political Action Committee, a Prison Ministry, a Program Committee, a Publicity Committee, an Usher Board, Vacation Bible School, Women Missionary Union, Young Adult Ministry, Youth Council, Young People's Department, and Not Too Busy to Take Care of Busy. You know, that's some church. You pass there on Sunday, and on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you can always see cars on the hill.
Well, not only do you see cars, Mom.
You see people,
You see people going in. Now, they've driven their cars there, and some have walked. Have you noticed the people that be walking into that church? Reverend Woodbury, and all of these different ministries and reaching out to the public. I think that's what the church is supposed to do, isn't it?
But let me tell you something. Reverend Woodbury is from Blossom, Texas. Have you ever heard of Blossom, Texas?
That's right near Rose.
I don't know where. I don't know what kind of blossom, but I know he's from Blossom, Texas.
Blossom, Texas.
And he had been called to Langston, Oklahoma to pastor a church there. And they invited him to, guess what church? Mount Olive.
Oh, they did? Okay.
And he came there that Sunday, and he preached on a charge to keep. Reverend A. Glenn Woodbury, and he set that church on fire. But on December the 18th, 1983, he was called back to preach again. This time he preached on a sermon that's quite unusual, the night before Christmas. But honey, those people, Mount Olive was sold, and they called him for their pastor. And that was unusual because, you know, Reverend Neal had pastored that church for some 48 years. And those people had the opportunity to select a preacher. And then on February 26, 1984, Reverend Woodbury walked in that church and preached on Calvin. Guess what?
Mom, I can't guess what Reverend Woodbury would have said.
The Dynamic Church.
The Dynamic Church.
And then on April the 15th, 1984, he was installed as a pastor of Mount Olive Baptist Church.
That Dynamic Church, okay.
1984, the parking lot was expanded by a bond program. And ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of Reverend Woodbury, Greater Mount Olive experienced another milestone and moved to 1020 Northeast 42nd Street on July 30th, 1989. They had a motorcade there. I shall never forget. There were over 100 cars, and they had a beautiful ribbon-cutting ceremony and a week of dedication. And then that membership continued to grow. Reverend Woodbury has baptized members every month since July of 1989. And today, a church that started out with just a few members That church today has over 3,000 members.
You're kidding me.
Yes.
You're
That church
kidding
has given birth to over 20 preachers.
me. Are you kidding?
Seven who have become very successful pastors. Well, Woodbury, Reverend Woodbury, we would like to thank
Reverend
you
Woodbury.
because
got to
you
tell
are
us.
Black history. What is Black history? The story of men.
That's dynamic. Black history.
Dynamic men.
Right.
Well,
He
today
took that sermon to the new nth, didn't
he took it to a new infidel.
Well, Mom, we have so many callers on the line. I regret that today that we won't be talking to one of our reporters, but we may be talking to a lot of our other great reporters. But good things happen when you listen to the Clara and Luper radio show, especially on this Valentine's Day. You have an opportunity now to call that friend, to call that neighbor, and to make sure that they are ready. Make sure that they're listening. Make sure that hopefully they will have an opportunity to come out of this 1 hour program to really be inspired, to be fired up, to do something dynamic.
You know, Reverend Woodbury is never too busy to help people. He's helped us on all of our trips. He's helped in every organization. You see him with the National Baptist, the Progressive Baptist. You see him helping people. Go on, Reverend Woodbury.
What do you
You're
say?
the sweetest berry of all.
That's great.
And his
Go
sound
to
is
the
so
top.
unique. Go to the top because the bottom is too crowded.
Okay.
This portion of our program is brought to you by Soul Bazaar 2004. Soul Bazaar 2004 is coming to Oklahoma City on March 5th and 6th, and we are taking this opportunity to invite you to be a part of it. Now, we will be talking about Soul Bazaar all of this period because it's business, education, economic development, cultural exchange, health, job fair, human relations, and entertainment. It is a minority-sponsored trade and industry show, bringing people of all races, creeds, and colors together for the educational, spiritual, and social experiences that are needed in today's world. Yes. We need words of wisdom this morning. I need it. Congratulations, Reverend Woodbury, and may you have a very successful anniversary. Hello.
The only way you have a friend is to be one.
What did you say?
This is wisdom.
Okay.
The only way you have a friend is to be one. The only one to have a friend is to be one.
Okay.
Okay.
Fluky got us again.
You
The
got
only
it.
way.
You can, no wonder Reverend
only
Woodbury is
way
such a friend. He's a friend
to
because
have a
he's
friend
one.
is to be one.
That's really something.
Hey, Fluky, will you do me a favor, though? I know that every Saturday morning we all look forward to hearing from you. But would you hug that beautiful wife of yours and tell her Happy Valentine's Day
It's
from the
beautiful
Clara
to be
Luper
A
on.
hug
Radio
is
Show?
not enough. She needs some candy. She needs some candy and she needs some
Well,
roses and all of that.
Well, do what
She'll
you
get it.
have to do, Fluky. Do what you've been doing for the
Got a
last,
good
what?
box.
Okay.
I got a good box.
You got a good box.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
got
way
it.
to do it.
But the only way to be a friend,
Is to be one.
the only way to have a friend is to be a friend.
Well,
Well,
that
we got
is
it.
exactly right. Well, speaking of flowers, I'll tell you where you can get some beautiful flowers. Calvin, do you know where they can get some beautiful flowers?
Well, it's a cinch they're not in your front yard.
No, they are not in your front
But
yard.
they're closer than that. They're close as your telephone. You can call a place that I know is ready for you, no matter how busy you think they may be. But the Black Florist Shop, they're located out on Northeast 23rd, Spencer Road, Northeast 23rd. Black's Florist Shop. We'll tell you a little more about that as the show progresses. Keep that pen, keep that paper close by.
This is the Clara Luper radio show, and this is Black History. All the pages of Black history. The pages of Black history, really what's American history, are filled with the lives of great men and women. Let's talk about Martin Luther King. Let's talk about Roland. Let's talk about people within our own city. And what better talk that we could do than talking about Reverend Woodbury. To be a friend, to have friends, you gotta be a friend. And you can't mistreat people and expect them to be a friend. You can't do that. Whatever you reap, you've got to sow. That's something that's real. Now that's for real. This is time for me to tell you about the Soul Bazaar. The theme for the Soul Bazaar this year is Opportunities Plus. Do you realize that as a people, we do not know what opportunities are available to us? Now, I want you to join me today, and I want you to help me because I need your help. I need you to help tell our people, and our people consist of men of all races, creeds, and colors, that there are opportunities plus. Where? Let's look at opportunities plus in agriculture. What do you know about the opportunities in agriculture? What do you know about it? I'm not talking about what you heard about it. I'm talking about what you know about it. Have you ever been able to talk to the people from the Oklahoma Farmers Union, the National Resource Conservation Services, the Rural Development? Have you been able to talk to people from the Farm Service Agency? Have you been able to sit down and talk to people about landowners and tenant associations? You'll be able to do it at the Soul Bazaar because they will be there. Mr. Willard Tillman from the Agricultural Department has assisted in setting up workshops, booths of these people so they can tell you. You don't have to run around and say, when can I apply for this loan? When can I apply? And who shall I send some money to? Don't worry about that. Just be there March 6th and 5th and 6th at the Soul Bazaar. Have you ever in your life heard of the Risk Management Agency or the Jump and Start Rural America? Now, some people think of agriculture in the old terms, but this is a new day, and there are so many opportunities that are available. This portion of our program is brought to you by Soul Bazaar 2004. We want you there. We want you to know that Social Security will be there. Rollins Real Estate and Mortgage Company will be there. Bruce Fisher from the Historical Society, ACLU of Oklahoma, Mr. Skip Kelly, who's running for the House of Representatives. Langston University will be there. Phenomena Mortgage Company will be there, telling you how you can buy you a home. The National Resource Conservation Service, Farm Service Agency, Opio Toure, your representative, will be there. I am so excited. You will have an opportunity to be there. You will have an opportunity to enjoy the talent shows, and we have some talent that's out of sight. Somebody called me and said, Miss Luper, may I be on? That's the purpose of the Soul Bazaar. We are a hometown show. We want to set a stage where you can perform. You just don't know what could happen to you.
You certainly don't, Mom. We remember last week we were talking about a young man who had an opportunity to be at the Soul Bazaar, and now he's down in New Orleans directing choirs. Not saying that the Soul Bazaar did it all, because you have to be ready to be ready. The Soul Bazaar is about helping you to be ready. And I invite those of you with some sensible talent, with some good talent, or maybe some very bad talent, because the weekend singers may be there. I don't know. We have to check with our agent and see if they will allow us to perform at something like the Soul Bazaar. But then at any rate, if you have some talent, if you have an idea, if you have a product that you want to put out and you want the people to know about it, the Soul Bazaar is a place. The Soul Bazaar is an opportunity, because it will be happening March the 5th. It will be happening March the 6th, starting at 10 o'clock a.m. at the Plaza Hotel, 4345 North Lincoln Boulevard. You have to be there, and we invite you to be a part of this, the Soul Bazaar 2004.
Yeah, there are opportunities plus in agriculture. That will be handled by Mr. Willard Tillman. Opportunities plus in education by our own superintendent of schools, Dr. Moore. Opportunities in health care handled by that beautiful, talented Dr. Donna Thomas.
Mom, you're saying will be handled by. You're saying that
They
these will
will be
be.
there, Calvin,
They will
to
have an
explain it to
opportunity
you.
to
Yes.
interact with the people that are there.
And Mr. Greenhower from the fire department
Okay.
will be there with fire safety opportunities. And I want you this week, for the next 3 weeks, we are only talking about opportunities plus. Now you can sit down and say, well, I don't have a chance. We don't have any jobs. You don't have any jobs because you haven't taken advantage of opportunities. We are talking about opportunities plus. Okay, opportunities plus. I'll be fashion
Opportunities
show.
plus.
Okay, we do have
Plus,
someone on the line,
yeah.
Calvin.
We do.
We have an opportunity to
You
hear
grabbed the
from
wrong
somebody.
earphone there,
Okay,
Mom. That was my earphone.
okay, well you okay?
But then
Bring them on, Calvin.
one thing about it, on the Clara Luper Radio Show, we don't make any mistakes because of the fact we know that you're listening. We know that we have the
don't
most.
make any
We don't make any. We have the most intelligent listening audience in the world, and the Opportunities Plus is the theme of the Soul Bazaar in 2004. But on line number 2, we have none other than the dynamic, the vivacious young lady who's a former school teacher, retired school teacher here.
Don't tell all about
Don't
it,
tell all about
Calvin.
it. Mrs. Hunter, I just want to say good morning to you. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to do better than the roses I just gave Lexus, that we just gave Lexus. But we have some roses and some flowers especially for you. Good morning, Mrs. Letty Ruth Hunter. How are you doing?
Fine, and you, Calvin, and also to Mrs. Luper and to the radio listeners that's listening to us today. I do want to say happy Valentine to all of you that's listening to our radio program today. And Mrs. Luper, you were talking about the Soul Bazaar, and you were telling us about the people that's there. And I want to tell them what I believe and what I think about the Soul Bazaar and why the people are there.
Tell us.
Now, this is a industry show, and at the Soul Bazaar. Now they are there, number one, and let's say Langston University because that's my school. Now they are there to let you know what resources they have, the possibilities that they have, and the things that you can accomplish if you go to Langston University. And the other people that's there, they are there to tell you what they have and what you can gain from the products that they are showing you. So this is why you should come to the Soul Bazaar. Not only we said is an industry show, right? Come and see what industry has to offer us because this is where we can get jobs. This is where you can get opportunity to go to a college. This is where you can get an opportunity to learn about agriculture. You may want to farm. And that is becoming a big, big project now. So go to the Soul Bazaar and see what's there. And I'm sure Opio Touré is going to be there so he can tell you some of the advantages and some of the
opportunities
that's being happening at the legislature. Say what, Ms. Luper?
I just said opportunities. You
Yes,
said it. I didn't say it. I just repeated what you said.
They are opportunities. This is what I'm telling them.
Tell me about your fashion show.
Oh, all right. Now
She
you're
was
going to
holding
have
back
an
on bragging on
opportunity
that, wasn't she?
to see adult model. The time is not out. And we have some wonderful, wonderful models. And then if you want to really see what is on the market and what fashions are going to be popular this year, you come out. And you know Mrs. Matthews is going to be there to show you the latest of the latest that's Vogue. So come out and see them. And then Mrs. Walker is going to walk around there in the second style of clothes. And there are many more. Come on out because then you're going to see something special. I have a special that's going to be on that fashion show on Friday, and it's going to be around 2:30 p.m. on Friday.
Well, Miss Hunter, who's the
And
special?
see what is on the market for as fashion. Say what, Calvin?
Mrs. Hunter, who will be that special model?
Who will be my special model?
Yes.
Well, I don't know, Calvin. You know, each year I'm looking forward to get a special model.
Okay.
So I said, now maybe I ought to look into the non-singers group and see if I can't get me one from the non-singers group as my special model.
Well, I tell you,
Mrs. Hunter, you saying my son can't sing?
Well, no, I
She
have.
said she was looking at the non-singers.
Well, yeah, but she has to get with my agent before we can be
I
out there
said the
on
non-singers
stage.
group.
Group.
And I think that's their, they call themselves non-singers. And there's some wonderful people in there.
Right.
And I remember Mrs. Matthews
But we have an agent
has
that's on a real
joined that
professional.
group. So she will be one of my special singers. And
I
I'm just
know.
now remembering that
You-
she's in that group.
Oh, okay, well, they can come up to Freedom Center today because I understand they're selling chicken dinners up there today and catfish and what else?
French fries. I got that special salad. I know there's also some.
Tell your friends to come up there, Miss Hunter.
Right, okay. I want my friends to go up. No point in cooking. Why stand over that hot stove and cook when you can go up to that Freedom Center and get you some good fish. And they having chicken. And you can get some good chicken. But go up there and get you a good fish dinner because fish is one of the foods that you should at least eat once a week.
Okay,
I know
Mrs.
you
Hunter.
don't
She
cook
can
fish
go,
on
okay.
Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and
You
Thursdays.
can
Okay,
tell
our
it
lines
like
are
it
burning.
is.
Our lines
Yeah.
are burning up. Congratulate my Black History Special person today, Reverend Woodbury.
Right, and I certainly appreciate you giving us the history on Reverend Woodsbury.
We
And I
not
want to
through.
say congratulations to Reverend Woodsbury, and may he have many, many more successful years, and may his church continue to grow under his leadership.
All right.
And-
Hey, happy Valentine's Day once again, Mrs. Letty Ruth
And-
Hunter.
and
Thanks for
remember,
being live and
tomorrow
living
is
color here on the
Sunday.
Clara Luper Radio Show. We're
Tomorrow
going to
is
move
Sunday,
on, but
and
we're going to go
find a
not
place
further.
to
We're
come to
going to
church.
go a little different.
And go to church on tomorrow. And if you don't have any church to go to, come over to First Day of Ministry.
Okay,
On
Mrs. Hunter,
Sunday.
that's a paid announcement, so you all send us a check for that announcement.
Yeah, I got to get with my agent on Miss Hunter about that. But good things happen when you listen
we
to the
have
Clara
someone
Luper
on
Radio
line
Show.
one.
We have a line one caller. We have some good things that will be happening. You got your pen, you have your paper ready. You are also ready yourself. You're hearing about the Soul
Wait,
Bazaar.
if you're
You've
calling
heard-
today, talk about the Soul Bazaar or Star, because we
Okay,
want
well-
everything. Okay, Mrs. Matthews.
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Happy Valentine's Day,
Happy
Mrs.
Valentine's.
Gloria
Happy
Matthews
Valentine's to all my friends and my children out there.
of Chauncey Charadina's
Chauncey
Daycare
Charadina.
Center fame.
Yes. This morning I am calling you because I have been frying chicken since 6 o'clock this morning. So we have good fresh chicken. And I'm frying the chicken over here. We will have it
Okay,
there
at the
by
fr-
11 o'clock.
That chicken will be at the Freedom Center,
That's
right?
right. I just want to let you know that I've been listening to the broadcast all the morning. It went off.
Did you hear about Johnson Chadina's
Yeah, but it went
daycare?
off at the station, and then it came back on. Something happened to the radio. But anyway, I want to thank all of you, and I want to say Happy Valentine's Day to all the staff, and I want to say Happy Valentine's Day to all of my children in the child care center and their parents. And I want to let you know I better get back in here so I won't burn this chicken.
Don't burn the chicken.
Okay,
Did you hear about Johnson Chadina's daycare?
Beg your pardon, yes.
Did you
it
hear
started
about
off
Johnson
with, but-
Chadina's daycare?
Yes, I heard, but it went off before you finished and music came on.
Oh, it
Something
went
happened
off?
to the radio, huh?
Okay, well, it'll be back on.
Fine.
Johnson Chadina's daycare, and we will tell you all about it.
Okay, thank you, and
Okay.
happy Valentine's Day.
Well, thank you. Give me my flowers, give me my candy, give me my perfume, give me anything you got to give me while I live. Don't wait until I die and come up with your resolutions and with your briny tears. Oh, I'm so sorry Miss Luper's dead. Don't you be sorry for me. I'm sorry for you. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Mrs. Luper
Yes.
and Calvin. I want to say happy Valentine's
All
Day.
right. Thank you,
This
thank you,
is a
thank you.
great day that the Lord has made, and I'm so happy to be alive. I want to tell everybody that the Soul Bazaar is one of the greatest fashion shows, greatest trade and industrial show that is presented among African Americans in business. There are so many different things that you can learn, whether you're young or old. I want you to know that you'll learn about the insurances, books, about jewelry. You'll learn about music, cosmetology, hat sales, and all about health education. I have enjoyed going to the Soul Bazaar and taking part, and I would like for the young people to come, as well as the old ones, to take an opportunity to develop their talent in modeling, dancing, singing, orations, dramatic readings, karate, and all of the other different things. So I want to invite you to come to the Soul Bazaar, and especially to the Nancy Davis Fashion Show. This fashion show is presented every year. It is one of the greatest and most exciting and exotic fashion shows that one can attend. We have high school students who will be crowned king and queen. We have the young people from elementary school who will be crowned prince and princess. And we just will have a big show. So I'm going to tell everybody to be sure to come to the Soul Bazaar 2004. This is March the 5th and 6th from 10 to 9:30. But at 4 o'clock on Saturday, be sure to attend the Nancy Davis Fashion Show. This fashion show will present all kinds of clothing from the latest exotic fashion businesses, and we will have these young people there to greet you, and we want everybody to be sure to take time out and enjoy the Soul Bazaar Fashion Show.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Davis. I'll see you at Freedom Center. I understand that we'll be selling catfish and chicken.
Oh, yes, I'm baking a cake for that.
Oh, great.
dinner
What kind of
today.
cake are you baking?
I'm baking just a real good old butter cake.
Okay, save me a piece. I'll be up there. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Come
Well,
on
it'll
and be my
ready around
Valentine.
11:30.
Okay, well, thank you so very kindly. I would like for Marilyn to call me and tell me about the AXO and tell me, I know the Zetas are meeting today in a special brunch at Quails United Methodist Church. I know that we are getting ready to celebrate Final Womanhood Week, and I know who's going to be the final woman of the year, and I know who will be honored as the community leaders. But that's Marilyn wants to tell it, and Marilyn, be sure and call me. Yes, you call me.
Come to hear those young people with their orations, their singing and their dancing. They should really come and make an application to participate in the EXO
They
because
can come by Freedom Center today and pick up application. Now, let me tell you, parents, something. We have sent letters to every church in Oklahoma City. And when I say every church, I mean predominantly the churches on the northeast side. We've sent them to all of the schools because we want our young people to participate. And I call upon the schools principals, counselors to get your kids involved. It's no such thing as a child being too busy. They have time to do everything else. Well, anyway, I won't get off on that because you know how I am about children. I think children should take on responsibility. If you have a lot to do, do it anyway. And if you don't want to do nothing, just don't do nothing. Don't try to jive me because I was born on Heifer Avenue and Kyle ran to my back door. I'm from Hoffman, Oklahoma, and proud of it. You want some flowers? I'm telling you, the flowers are going today. Those red, beautiful roses. 8485 Northeast 23rd Street. That telephone number is 424-5715, where you can order the roses. Don't say you love her and just say, I love you. If you love her, prove it to her. Give her flowers. Give her something on this beautiful day. Yes, when we think of Valentine, we think of love. And what is love about? Do I have anybody out there that's been married 75 years and so call me and you will be our Valentine special for today? Do you know anybody that's been married 75 years? I know some people can't stay married 2 days, but I know one thing. There must be somebody out there been married 75 years. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and this portion of the show is brought to you by Soul Bazaar as we salute a pastor that's busy, but never too busy to take care of business. Some people say they're taking care of business and don't even know what business is.
Well, Reverend Woodbury has taken care of business, Mom. Do you realize that church seats over 11? I mean, when I say that church, I mean, I'm talking about the dynamic church. The Reverend Woodbury went in there, and he knew the church was great, but he said the dynamic church, that first sermon, and went on from there. But that church seats over 1,100 people,
and
12 classrooms.
Have you seen the automobiles that's there every
Fellowship
Sunday?
hall, a kitchen, a sound room, a library, a
Gymnasium.
nursery, choir room, office complex, and a gymnasium. Now that's dynamic. That's action.
But they are 90, that church is 93 years old.
But then that's action, Mom. That's
That's action.
that's
And
action.
they
To
got
be
the right
93,
action
you got to
man.
keep it going on,
You got-
Reverend.
Oh, wonder what will happen when they celebrate their 100th anniversary.
Oh, no telling, but I'm looking forward to that. But Mom, we have on the line a young man who knows a little bit about the Department of Agriculture, knows a lot about the Soul
Okay.
Bazaar, and he's
Who
just
is
waiting. That's none other than Willard Tillman.
Willard,
Mr.
how are
Tillman,
you?
how you doing?
Good morning, Miss Luper. How are you?
Oh, I'm fabulous. I've dedicated my program to a minister that believes in education. He's from Blossom, Texas, Lou. Tell me about it.
I couldn't hardly hear you, Miss Luper.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want you to tell me about the Soul Bazaar and some of the people you know that will be at the Soul Bazaar. I know the Secretary of Agriculture will be there, Secretary Peach.
Oh, Miss Luper, I'm just so excited about that. What we basically have found out that the transfer of information about agriculture is lacking here in the state of Oklahoma as far as minorities are concerned and access to a lot of their programs by USDA and all that. So we're going to bring this information to the people and inform them on some of the opportunities that are available in the field of agriculture.
All right.
We have, coming to that conference, we have natural resource conservation, we have the Farm Service Agency, we have rural development, we have risk management, and at this particular time, we're going to give a little history on agriculture in the past and where agriculture is today, as far as minorities and small farmers and things of that nature.
But sometimes we think of agriculture, we think of it in terms of the 18th and 17th and 18th century. Agriculture now is not saying to the horses, get up. What's
Oh,
agriculture?
no, by no means. Agriculture is not the cow plow mentality of the past. Agriculture is a business. Do you know, Miss Luper, that agriculture is the second largest employer in the world?
In the world, not Oklahoma, but the world.
In the world, in the United States, I know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But as a result of that, there are so many opportunities in the field of agriculture for these young adults to possibly look at some of the choices. But if they don't have any idea as to what is there for them,
Well, how can they have ideas when they don't know? That's why we're
well,
inviting
that's
you to
part
Soul
of what
Bazaar.
that's part of what we're trying to introduce right now. We're trying to introduce all the opportunities that are available in the field of agriculture. There are a lot of groups out there that are basically, trying to help, inform these youth about it. There's a REAP program. There's quite a few. There are quite a few that are basically out in the various communities working. We have the Langston Outreach Workers. They're working, and we have Mrs. Flossie Thurston with the 4-H. There's quite an entourage of people that are basically out there trying to transfer, this information to basically inform these youth about the opportunities that are available.
The parents
there.
need to be informed too, because don't you think the parents need to be informed?
Oh, of course.
Well, Mr. Tillman,
Yes,
know,
sir.
I'm quite curious about the fact that of all the career fields, I mean, there's education, there's law, there's medical. Then how did you and why did you decide? I mean, I know you got a little country in you. I don't know how much country.
I got a lot of country.
You
in
got
me.
a lot of country in you. What made you look at the Department of Agriculture as an employment area?
Well, it's what they say, an apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
That's true.
I
that's
was
true in the
raised
city
the
too.
country.
Oh, okay.
Had to take care of cattle and things of that nature from the age of 6.
Oh, no.
So once getting back into the state of Oklahoma, it just I felt kind of good being out in the country atmosphere.
Okay.
So you will be at the Soul Bazaar.
Miss Luper, I would be at the Soul Bazaar.
Okay. Well, who are you bringing in from the rural areas?
I'm contacting all of the people that I basically know and have worked with in the past. I know that the Oklahoma Black Historical is bringing a group of kids to the
From
Soul Bazaar.
Wewoka? From that area?
Yes.
Do you know
And there are
Jasmine?
some other areas that we're making contact with to possibly bring some adults and and youth into the area.
Do you know Jasper Parker, Dwight Guy,
Of course, I work with those gentlemen.
Jim Reese?
Jasper Parker is the Assistant State Conservationist for Natural Resource Conservation. He's home based in the Stillwater head office. And Dwight Guy, he is one of the liaisons from the state office that works. He works with
Dwight's one of my students, and I
with
just
women in
had to plug that
agriculture.
in.
What John Marshall student is working?
No,
in
Dungy.
Dungy student working. Okay. You know, Tillman, I know there are a lot of people that are coming in. I hope we get to see Mr. Gray. But then, as far as some of us people that like to call ourselves city slickers, what do you think that we can do? What can we get out of that workshop? Because I grow a dynamic house plant. You think I can learn something about house plants there?
Well, Calvin,
Yes.
you know, you kind of have to let a person know a little bit about the history, because if they don't know exactly where they came from, they sure aren't going to know where they're going.
Do you know James Turner?
Yes, I do.
Well, James Turner will be at the Soul Bazaar. He's with the Risk Management.
Risk Management Agency.
Oh, my gracious. It's been a pleasure to talk to
It's
you,
been
and
good.
I understand that you are down in Wewoka, Oklahoma.
Yes.
Okay. Did you find Miss Black Wewoka down there?
We did put the applications out.
Oh, good. Well, let me tell you, we have already gotten Miss Black UCO, Nakia Barr, Miss Black Anadarko, Latoya Gonzalez, Miss Black Cato County, Alicia Curry, Miss Black Cameron University, Gail McAlmont, who comes from the Caribbean islands. Miss Black Muskogee is Marilyn Leach. Miss Black Muskogee County is Talisha King. We are on our way, and the Miss Black Oklahoma City contestants and their sponsors will meet this evening at 5 o'clock at Freedom Center, 2609 North Martin Luther King.
Tell me, would I be able to learn something about my gardening techniques?
Of course.
Doing one of these
I'll
workshops?
do a one-on-one with you, Calvin. Make sure you don't make no mistakes.
I don't make no mistakes.
Well, we have to go because the people got to call us.
Clara
Okay.
Luper Radio Show, live and in beautiful living color on this, the 14th day of February, affectionately and often called Valentine's Day. We want you to make sure that you're having a great Valentine's Day out there. We want you to make sure that you're having it because we know that you're listening, you're learning, you're hearing about the Soul Bazaar, you're hearing about the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant.
Yes, that
You're
will
hearing
be
about the
Miss
Miss
Black
Black
Oklahoma
Oklahoma
City
City
will be
pageant is
April the
coming up.
3rd, but we will
Okay.
start practicing this evening at 5
Oh, that's
o'clock.
good.
The pages are practicing Monday at 5:30 according to Miss Ray, Mrs. Ford.
And let me brag on the escorts, Mom.
Okay.
Because this year, Mr. Berlin Nero, Mr. Hornbeck, and myself, Mr. D.W. Greenhoward, with the balloon man.
How about Eugene?
And Eugene Ross, that was
Driving up here from Clinton to help train.
Clinton every Thursday at 7 p.m. The escorts, the potential escorts for the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant. We're having a meeting. We have a special show that we will be presenting during the Soul Bazaar 2004 there at the Plaza Hotel. Now you haven't seen anything. Our escorts run from the ages of 6 to about 21.
Jordan is going to be
Jordan
an
is-
escort. He's
no, I
3.
got-
And Donald Greenhoward.
Greenhoward is
yeah.
5.